Mr. Speaker, I rise today to honor the memory of the victims of the 1994 terror attack on the AMIA Jewish Community Center in Buenos Aires. On July 18, 1994, a terrorist detonated a car bomb in the AMIA building, a Jewish community center in Buenos Aires, an important part, a central part of that community. It killed 85 innocent people and injured hundreds more. This attack, which took place just 2 years after the bombing of the Israeli embassy in Buenos Aires, shook the Argentine Jewish community, the largest in Latin America. And in the 25 years since the attack, the investigations into the AMIA bombing have been marked by long delays and by judicial misconduct, failing thus far to bring justice for the victims, their families, and their community. Considerable evidence has linked this heinous attack to the terrorist group Hezbollah and its sponsor, the government of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Now, despite warrants issued by the Argentinian justice system for Iranian and Lebanese nationals thought to be involved in the attacks, and their addition on Interpol's most wanted list, Iranian and Hezbollah operatives have yet to face accountability for their actions. We encourage all responsible nations to not allow the perpetrators of this attack to continue to escape justice. After the previous president of Argentina worked to prevent Iran from being held accountable, prosecutor Alberto Nisman heroically proceeded investigating this bombing, shedding light on the alarming and growing partnership between leaders in Iran and Argentina. And just one day before he was scheduled to present his latest findings, Alberto Nisman was found dead in his home with a fatal gunshot wound to the head. We are grateful that President Macri's government has continued to push for Iranian accountability, and I would like to acknowledge the ambassador of Argentina, who is in the gallery with us today. And 25 years later, Iranian-backed Hezbollah continues to carry out terror operations. 25 years later, anti-Semitism continues to threaten the lives of Jewish communities throughout Latin America, around the world, and even here in the United States. With this vote, Congress honors the victims of this horrific attack, recalls the brave work by Alberto Nisman, who lost his life pursuing justice, and calls for full accountability for those responsible. It has been far too long. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to thank my friend, the ranking member, Congressman Joe Wilson, ranking member of the Middle East, North Africa, and International Terrorism Subcommittee, and Congressman Albio Sires and Francis Rooney, the chair and ranking member of Western Hemisphere Subcommittee, for joining me in introducing this resolution. I urge my colleagues to stand with us against this despicable act of terror, and as we recall the victims today, we stand against terror and hatred and anti-Semitism, and we stand for justice. I yield back.